La 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 la.
Okay, so what did you have for breakfast?
That would be French toast, vegan French toast.
Nice.
Testing.
And some coffee?
Coffee.
Always.
16 ounces. Born in Denver, Colorado, and
You say I was born?
yes, I was.
You have to say I was born, because it needs to be a complete sentence, Dad.
I grew up there at a time when the air was clear, tumbleweeds, rattlesnakes, horny toads squirt blood from their eyes.
Really?
Really? That's the absolute truth. Check it out.
Is this the dad truth or
No.
the absolute truth?
Google it.
Could I just get some footage of you driving for a sec?
Sure. Won't that be exciting? Got my four-wheel drive Dodge Stratus. Oh shit, I'm in the wrong lane. You know what? Maybe this isn't working.
What would you do if you wanted to teach me a move so that I wouldn't get attacked?
Yeah. Just lead with this knuckle.
Okay.
If one hand goes out, the other hand goes back.
When I was 13, my dad was driving me to school and told me, Sharon, whenever you get married, I hope that you'll let me wear a dress when I walk you down the aisle. I remember just feeling this sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach because I didn't ever want that day to come.
So, where were we? Let me just... Okay. So you were saying...
Choosing a name.
Choosing a name.
Years ago, as a little child, when I was introduced to the first baby I had ever seen, a newborn baby, and so I was pretty young. I'm going to say I was 4. I was told that the baby's name was Trisha. And I don't know why, but I really wished that my name had been Trisha. I'm sure that this is probably typical of anybody who's gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender. You have a definite sense that something's not quite right. How come I wasn't born a girl?
When I was younger, I pretty much rejected my dad. I just didn't want to deal with the fact that I had a transgender parent.
Hi there, pretty girl.
Okay.
For me, I think that a lot of the past is kind of unresolved. As hard as it might be for my family, I want to ask the questions that I couldn't ask back then.
Hi. There's my family. Gee, am I still filming?
I like a skirt that has some pleats. Kind of gives me some hips that I don't have. I've had people tell me, they say, good God, are you tall? I say, can't that be elegant? Doesn't that look nice? Shall we?
Sure, let's do it.
When I was young, we lived in Chicago. My mom was a young doctor, so she was working all the time. Mom was the primary breadwinner, and Dad was the primary caretaker. And at first, it was a pretty average childhood.
Enjoying the evening. You come over to read your magazine. Catch up on casual reading. Fun of Marsh. She's stretching.
I've always wanted to have children, and I had a chance to put you on my hip and carry my diaper bag around and hang out with other mothers, and so vicariously it's as close as I could come.
To what?
To being a mother, you know, to being your mom.
Did you feel alone in that situation?
Oh yeah, I felt very, very alone. Trying to keep the cross-dressing hidden from neighbors and relatives, and going out at night to events or whatever, or looking both ways and changing clothes in the back of your vehicle in large parking lots with nobody around. And you know, after a while that gets old.
It was a Christmas morning, and I was really young. I might have been in 3rd grade, and so my sister was like 1st grade. I remember my sister was snooping in my dad's office and found some photos that had been glued together, and she peeled them apart and saw Dad dressed as a woman. And so she brought them to my mom and was like, "Why is Dad dressed like Grandma?" My parents felt that it was time to tell us, and so my dad left the room and then came back dressed in women's clothing. As children, we didn't really understand what that meant. But eventually, one day, my parents sat us down in the living room of our house and announced that they were going to get a divorce. They seemed so heartbroken. And I don't know what happened between them after that, but they ended up not going through with it. So we never talked about divorce again. It just kind of went away.